The monastery halls appear empty, though it's hard to believe. Lilly wonders who Desther really is. He's obviously a priest of some sort, who had faith in whatever powers the cult he served, the people of the Eye worships. She wonders if he's lost that faith after being abandoned, and if so, where he's drawing his power from now. One can't simply conjure divine power without a god or goddess, after all. An infernal creature, a demonic cross between human and vulture, about 8 feet tall, with strong, sinewy limbs, covered in fine gray feathers ending in wickedly sharp claws, and a long neck topped with the vulture's head and beak. The mere sight of it is making Little Red sick. Or I guess with the proper tome, Lilly could activate the power of the altar. Though the altar has obviously been mistreated by the false Helmites, to summon a demon no less. Chaohinon of the Void bids you welcome. You need not fear me, for I am bound well and good. You are not those who summoned me. Perhaps you would finish the ritual that they have let lapse. Yeah. Asking what ritual? A simple matter. Well, within your capability. You are far superior to those who brought me here. You see, they have let their petty squabbles interfere with more important concerns. They leave me my summoning unfinished. I was to crush the guardian spirit of this place, and I have done so. For this I was promised release. If you're willing, there's a book of ritual in the studies of the south, a black grimoire. Complete the ceremony and I shall be free. In a study to the south, okay. Yeah, Lilly's assuming he'd be indebted to her if she were to do that. I see you are familiar with these sorts of transactions. Free me, and I'll reward you well. Bidding Lilly to do it. Chaohinon of the Void crushed the guardian spirit of the hold that normally resides here, protecting the monastery, and wants to be freed. The Lady of Murder can oblige, though it seems risky. The demon has been called through a gate and controlled, and as such is compelled to perform a service, though it requires a fair trade in return for that service. The proposed fair trade is its freedom. That's the risky part, but a risk she's willing to take. And here is the black grimoire required to free it. The aged text is so cold to the touch, Lilly's fingers are becoming numb just from handling it. She finds the relevant methods within its tainted pages and how to use the altar to complete the task. She's had mixed experiences with the Tanar'ri before, not necessarily known for being trustworthy. Thazzar at Watcher's Keep was one who was, surprisingly, and he wasn't even controlled, simply under pressure from the Blood War. One of her darling succubi at Grimoire, maybe even Jahi, certainly was not, betraying her holiness. And she'd rather not remember Aec'Letec at all, who wouldn't even parley in the first place. Just to be safe, Lilly plans to trace a magic circle on the ground with powdered silver to protect both her and the company in case the demonic vulture decides to bite. The circle complete, she approaches the altar with black Grimoire in hand. Alright, Lilly, completing the ritual using the black Grimoire. Chaohinon of the Void is free, and not clawing or snapping at the company, a promising sign. Our Chaohinon of the Void sounds as if he's laughing. Free! Yeah, Lily's wondering where her reward is. Yes, my little friend. Let me ask what you wish of me. Something appropriate, yes? Something for the Black of Heart. Yes, we are alike in some ways. I will offer something more. Name your payment. Alright. Offering her a weapon, a magical trinket, or a portion of his or its power. Of course, this is piquing her interest. A portion of his power, but that sounds like likely a trick. Maybe a play on words. Might grant that power through an attack or something else. So I think she'll take the less risky option of asking for a magic item. And that should be all. Make adequate use of my gifts, mortal. My kind are not normally so charitable. My obligations are done. I'm free of what tied me to this place. I leave you to your trials ahead. Lilly's negotiated enough contracts before to not fall for ambiguous clauses like, grant me some of your power, likely a desecration of her soul or some such curse, but it honored their agreement nonetheless. A cloak of movement, the one designed by Golloth of the Spiders, and in green, not like the blue one at the Helmite sanctuary at the Beggar's Nest. She'll likely hold on to it, as freedom of movement could be handy indeed, especially with a dire spider of her own. Though she's not sure just when. She doubts anyone in her company would be careful enough to avoid webs of her own casting. So, the cloak will probably stay neatly folded with her other unworn garments, like her green robe of acid resistance. No matter. It didn't cost her anything. Only Chaohinon's next victim. Animated suits of armor, each suit adorned with the markings of Helm. And there are 4 of them, surrounding a central pedestal here at the entrance to Helm's hold. This animated armor looks battle-ready, but shows no sign of movement. Stares intently at the altar in the center of the room. The altar, of course. The pedestal appears as an open palm, as if waiting for something to be placed within. Lilly recognizes the pedestal from the etched gem, the vision. This is where it belongs. Alright, here's an inscription on the pedestal. Place in my hand the message I have made clear, and I shall summon the Watcher's armor, the Protectors. Clearly some divine defense of the monastery. Lilly places the etched gem in the recessed area at the center of the palm. By your command we go to fight the enemies of Helm. She only hopes the Watcher's armor won't find and slay Desther. The Lady of Murder would like that on her herself. Fenthick too, unless he can convince her otherwise, but, well, that's doubtful. Being here alone with the Hound, the Pup, and the Cure is almost too perfect. She could return and claim that Desther is holding the Cure for ransom, and demanded the exchange take place with the Inquisitor General alone. She, of course, would recommend the city comply. What they wouldn't know is that Desther and Fenthick lie dead already. Alright, here's a false Helmite that's come out into the hole, I guess, that Bones didn't see earlier. Alright. Rather for us just to, I guess, catch his attention. Alright, sure enough, there's more than one. Yeah, might as well. Want to sleep?
Die, unworthy foe!
Wonder where the Watcher's armor are. They went to fight the enemies of Helm. She'd simply report Desther and Fenthick slain during the exchange, but not before the cult got their ransom. The city gets their cure, and the office its fair share. Alright, there must be an invisible enemy. It's just summoned a dire badger. Alright, he's in the corner. That was a surprise. Okay. False Helmites, priests, the holy, the pious, the arrogant. Things that Lilly likes and dislikes, in no particular order. Number 67. Religion. Dislike. Unless it's her own, of course. But even then, after her ascension to Grimoire, she didn't find some newfound respect for those who put faith not in themselves but others. Even her own loyal Lillyists, if she even had any. Sure, she'd gladly accept the power that worship bestows onto a goddess, but they'd still be a wretched and pathetic lot, barely worthy of her attention. Lilly simply always disliked the righteous and sanctimonious attitude of priests. Perhaps it's from being raised in a monastery herself at Candlekeep, among the Loremasters, Lore-Scribes, wise Anticipators, Inspirators, Atlars, and Seekers. That same upbringing at Candlekeep is what made her tolerate priests of Oghma the best. Unlike Helmites, which appear to be no less arrogant than the rest, if not even more so.